Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Kyla Cooper, and today we are going to talk about how you can achieve your goals in 2025. New Year's Eve is tomorrow and I'm so excited. This is absolutely my favorite holiday. I love people reflecting on what it is that they want to achieve in the new year and figuring out what it is that they want to become. So I'm very excited about this time period, and I don't want to go any later in sharing the top 5 tips that I have for how you can achieve your goals in 2025. The first tip is that you want to understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Of course, when we say we want to do something in 2025, we may say, hey, we want to lose weight, we want to exercise more, we may want to learn an instrument, whatever it is. We're going to outline what it is that we want to do. However, we need to understand exactly what that goal is. So you may have heard of the SMART method. You want your goal to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So we don't want to say, hey, I just want to exercise. We want you to say, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, or I want to gain 5 pounds in 2 weeks, or whatever it is. You just want to make sure that you get very specific with it, so that way you can actually track that progress in a tracker. So one of my New Year's goals is to pay down some debt. So I have a certain time period where, hey, I want to pay off $5,000 within 1 month, for instance, of my student loans. So it's just a matter of being very specific about what it is that you want to do. But not only do you want to understand what that goal is, you also want to understand the why behind it. So I'm sure you guys have heard that understand your why. I want you to have a good understanding of why you want to accomplish that goal. You want to really understand that why, because that why is going to drive you in your motivation to actually accomplishing these goals. You want to make sure that what it is that you are looking to achieve is something that you actually want to do, and it's not something that someone else is putting pressure on, because at the end of the day, you have to accomplish it. And you want to make sure that it's something that you're comfortable with, it's something that you really want. So understanding that why behind the goal that you're wanting to achieve and the specifics of what that goal is going to really help propel you forward in the next 4 steps. So definitely step 1, understanding what it is that you want to achieve. Step 2 is where you're going to game plan. You want to know what it is that you need to do daily, weekly, monthly to achieve this goal. So let's say you have a goal that you want to accomplish within 6 months. Okay, in order to reach that goal in 6 months, how much do you need to do in each month? So you want to work backwards in this case. You want to start from the end of your timeline and work it backwards to the present, so that way you can figure out what incremental habits you need to build. Without a game plan, you're just going to do things out of order. You're not going to necessarily have a path to follow. It can get really messy, and at the end of your timeline, you might not actually achieve that goal. So it's important that you set a game plan up. So let's say you are achieving that goal in 6 months. Okay, let's take it back. In order to lose 30 pounds in 6 months, how much weight do you need to lose each month? So that's going to be roughly 5 pounds each month. Okay, if you're going to lose 5 pounds each month, how much do you need to lose a week? We're going to say roughly 1.5 pounds a week. So then, just doing something like that. And then you can even break it down even further, because I'm sure you're going to want to lose more than 30 pounds in 6 months. Possibly. So you want to break that down even further and say, okay, what do you need to do daily if there's a daily task? So then that way you can actually build a schedule around it, and then it's kind of in a routine. You're building that routine. I know it says that it's typically 21 days to build a habit. This is going to help you build that habit by having daily or weekly goals and milestones to really help you get to where it is that you want to be. And so I know this is a tough part, so I just wanted to call out for this year, I'm actually doing New Year's gifts for my family, because I want to help them with their game plan. So I have little planners, I have journals. I'm going to be gifting them to them tomorrow and having them set up the game plan so that they can meet their New Year's goals. So I'll do another video showing you some of the gifts that I got in case you want to take that on for yourself too. Step 3 is that you want to execute your goals with consistency and discipline. This is going to be the hardest part of it all. This is where your motivation is really going to come into play, and knowing your why and having a concrete game plan that you can follow. There are going to be days when you're tired. There's going to be days when you just don't feel like doing the thing that you need to do. Maybe it's getting difficult, maybe you're stressed, maybe there's other items that are taking priority in your life, and that's where we really start to put our goals to the side, and that's where people kind of fall out of that New Year's resolution flow that they've had, because they aren't executing with consistency and discipline. So this is why it's important to know that why, and then to remind yourself of it. I have a friend who actually posts Post-it notes in his bathroom, and he outlines each morning in his Post-it notes what it is that he needs to do, what he's thinking about, what it's on his mind. So it's a daily reminder for him. So whether that be Post-it notes in your home, whether that be you using a daily planner that you're looking at, just have a way to continue to remind yourself of that why, continue to remind yourself of the importance of what you're trying to achieve, so that way you can push through the days where you just don't feel like doing anything. And honestly, when you feel that urge where, hey, I am not trying to do this today, I'm tired, I would rather do this instead, those are the days where you go harder. So it's important that you know that in advance. In order to be better, you have to do better. So in order for you to do that, you really have to push through, and this is where it's going to be very important for your why to be bigger than yourself. Step 4 is to lean on your support system. Build a network of family, friends, those around you who are willing to support you as you go through your goals, so that when you do have a lack of motivation, maybe they can keep you at the forefront. But when I say lean on your support system, I definitely don't mean just rely on anyone. You definitely don't want to communicate all your goals to everyone, because certain people have a tendency to critique, and we don't want you to feel bad necessarily. We don't want you to lose motivation from the people around you. So go to some trusted sources. Find some people that are there to inspire you, to help build you up, to commend you on your progress, and to help pick you up when you're down. And even if you don't have someone in your network, feel free to follow me. Listen to some of the videos that I'll be posting. I want to make sure that I'm motivating you to help you achieve your goals, and that I'm fulfilling that purpose in your life. So make sure to just rely on people. Step 5, and I think a lot of people forget this one, is that you have to review and revise. You have to continue to check in. So if you have a 6-month goal, where are you after the first month? What went well? What didn't go well? At month 2, same thing. What went well? What didn't go well? And you have to adjust your strategy at that stage. You can't game plan at the beginning and then that's it. Your game plan is a flexible document. It's moving, it's living, it's breathing, it's going to change. But you have to consistently check in on it to make sure that you're following progress. And if there's some shifts that need to be made, you can adequately make that shift. So again, do a strong game plan in the beginning before you even start your goals. That's gonna set the foundation. However, after each milestone that you set, continue to check in on it to make sure that you're on track. See what changes you need to make. This is also gonna help you reflect and see what progress you've made. That's going to keep your spirit up as well as you see the progress that you've made. And if there is no progress being made, you want to understand why. So it's important that you check in with yourself regularly, so that way you can make the necessary changes that need to be made to achieve your goals in 2025 and beyond. So that concludes my 5 tips on how to achieve your goals in 2025. 1, you want to make sure that you understand exactly what it is that you need to do. You need to understand your why. 2, you need to game plan. You need to set up your daily, weekly, monthly goals, so that way you can actually stick to a game plan and accomplish what it is that you want to achieve. 3, you want to execute with consistency and discipline. You really have to push through on this one. This is going to be the hardest part of them all. 4, you want to lean on your support network for any assurance and guidance. And then 5, you want to review and revise that game plan and check in with yourself regularly. If this all speaks well to you, I would appreciate if you liked this video, subscribed, shared the video. I'm planning to post more motivational content, helping people to become the better version of themselves and really pushing you past those hurdles that are working against you, working consistently and with discipline. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.